Yo, how is it a red flag because I ain't got no kids? That's what this little heifer told me recently. I don't want no damn kids. Raising kids is hard as fuck, especially nowadays, bro. Right now, I have two things: freedom and peace. And I ain't trading them for nothing in the world. Right now, I can do whatever I want without a second thought. The whip that I bought only got 2 seats in that motherfucker. Why? Because I ain't have to worry about nobody else. You feel me? I ain't got to worry about going to nobody's school. I ain't got to worry about taking nobody to the doctor. I can spend my money and my time however I want to do it. And if you want kids and stuff, more power to you. I ain't judging you for that. It's just that ain't the life for me. Because I already know how it is. Raising kids ain't the easiest thing in the world. It's probably one of the hardest things right now. But it ain't for me. And don't judge people like me because I made the decision to not have kids. You feel me?
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
I love the fact that the generation before us is shocked that none of us are having children. They're like, why don't you want kids? Meanwhile, every day growing up, our parents were saying things like, oh my God, you have no idea how hard it is raising you guys, how much money it takes to raise a child, how much effort we put in every day. They have the audacity to ask if I want kids? No, I'm broke and lazy, the two things that seem super important apparently.
I have never, ever, ever met a black man on this earth that doesn't want children.
Thank you to everyone who posted me in that lady's comment section. I think it's good to start the conversation of men that do not want kids, but I never really explained why I don't want kids. One of my biggest reasons is because I want to be in a relationship whereby both of us are fully and wholly invested in ourselves, whether it's in our creative endeavors, whether it's in our career endeavors, whatever the case may be. I want us to be solely focused on uplifting ourselves and our life experiences. Another reason is oftentimes I've seen where men and women lose themselves to parenthood due to the influx of parents sharing their stories now. It's like, bro, do you even know who you are outside of the context of your children and your parenthood? Please no. Another reason is pregnancy is dangerous. I don't want to put my babe through that. But another major reason is I want my babe to experience her womanhood. I want her to be the best possible woman she chooses to be, and I want to be like the conduit or the vessel to help her achieve that. Do you get what I'm saying? I do not want her to lose sight of who she is and where she is going and the type of woman she wants to be. I don't know if that makes sense, because I know as I am doing that, she will in turn do that for me, because I am on the journey of being the best possible man and best possible version of myself. Do you get? So yeah, and all of that does not involve children at all. Please, you can maybe bring them to my house for max a weekend, but I will return them back.
So Sean, tell everybody how we've been together for 6 years. Hold on, 6 years. I cook, I clean for you, and all of that, and I'm not good enough to have your babies?
It's crazy because like I told you when we started this, I said I ain't want no kids, right? Didn't I say that though?
Okay, you told me that, but it's been 6 years. You could have changed your mind.
That's the thing. Like I don't just make up things like, oh, I say what I mean. You know me. I don't want kids, and I don't want to be your baby father. I don't want to get married. You know me. Like I just want to do what we doing. We good. Why you want to mess that up?
Because I want kids. What you mean?
That's crazy.
So you love me, right?
I do. Yeah.
And you asked me to stay.
Right.
You asked me to stay, but now what? I'm supposed to stay and not have no kids, not have no ring?
I mean, it's crazy because like I asked you to stay and you chose to stay.
That's because I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, so why can't I have your babies then?
I don't want kids. I'm not ready. I'm not financially ready.
Why aren't you ready?
I mean, let's think about it. Like, what comes with having a kid? Like, having a kid comes with bills for that kid. If they get sick, we got to pay for that. If anything goes wrong with the kid, we have to take care of that. Are we ready for that financially? Are you ready?
I mean, shoot, you buying jewelry, cars, clothes, buying sections in the club, but you don't have no money to buy diapers?
Possible unpopular opinion, I don't want kids, and you should neither, nigga. Matter of fact, you need to stop having kids. Every time I tell somebody that, specifically my peers or friends, they be like, oh, well, why you want kids? Nigga, why do you? I feel like all the people that's having kids should not be passing them genes on, buddy. You barely graduated high school. You're hurting us, literally. We got niggas voting. I asked a nigga last week, Bro, who you vote for? He said the red side. I said, what they call? I don't know the red side. Niggas is gang banging via vote. Nigga just voting. When somebody asks me a genuine question, I'll try my best to give them a valid answer. I'm a little bit smart-mouthed and got a lot of bit of sass in me. I seen an ad last week that was promoting taking out loans to buy groceries. Niggas is using a 3-step payment plan to buy groceries. And you're asking me why I want kids. Nigga put 30% down on a dozen of eggs. And you're asking me why I don't want kids. I got a friend that's in therapy to this day because they mama think they should pay them back for the 9 months that they carried them. That bitch is slow. The air is sometimes bad, food is sometimes bad, water is sometimes bad. Niggas, everybody gets an opinion. Niggas get, mind you, niggas is getting opinions even on topics that they not educated on. I just found out what black fatigue was. Mind you, it's just racism. Everything boils down to racism, unfortunately. But wait, there's more. Global warming. That's a thing. Only way I think people should start having kids again is if it's a mandatory IQ test. Because you niggas is stupid. We need to stop asking each other, why don't you want kids? And start asking each other, why do you want kids? What's a valid reason to bring a kid in this world? Because y'all just be just bunny fucking everybody. Having a kid knowing that you're already cooked without a kid is crazy work. Nigga, you can't afford a McGriddle from McDonald's and you think you can afford a kid? That's stupid. You're slow. I'm sorry, buddy. You're cooked. I think it's dumb. And then mind you, it's not even your fault that you can't afford the McGriddle. Like, a French fry from McDonald's is $6. A large French fry from McDonald's is $6. Nigga, there's somebody uncle sucking dick for $6. You might be thinking, well, I got this degree, or I'm smart, or I got these. It doesn't matter how smart or useful you are in a world that doesn't value skill. People are not getting paid because they're smart. People are not getting paid because they're useful. Nigga, we live in a society that values entertainment. And I feel like I want to be mad at people for valuing entertainment over like useful skills. But if you think about it, if my life was cooked, I would want to be distracted too. Like, y'all out here having kids, traumatizing them, and now we gotta deal with them little niggas. I got Timmy with a switch, with a rocket launcher with a switch attachment on it, and I gotta deal with him because you're a bad parent. Like, please stop having kids, bro. Especially if you ugly, stop having kids. Also, if you got like some weird disease, weird disability, stop having kids. Like, I feel like people don't say, like, because everybody's so scared to hurt somebody's feeling, people are not saying what they should be saying. If you have some genetic mutation, stop passing that along. Like, that's how natural selection works. Y'all used to not make it, so then the next generation didn't have to deal with that. But because everybody's having kids, we gotta deal with it. Now I got fucking Super Saiyan sickle cell because my great grandpa was being freaky and he wasn't supposed to be. Can y'all just relax, please? And I don't mean no harm. If you want to have a kid, have a kid. At the end of the day, you're gonna be cooked, not me. Child also gonna be mad. He's probably gonna make a TikTok 20 years from now saying how much he hates you. I'm just saying, younger generation, especially my generation, y'all should not be having kids unless you got the bag on you. Even if you got the bag, nigga, multiply that by 2, didn't have a kid. That's my plan. I don't really want kids at all, ever. But if I, like, God forbid somebody force one on me, I'm hoping I'm having the bag. Also, if you ever see me have a kid, just know I'm blinking twice. Save me. I did not want to have this kid. They threw it at me.
A lot of men are choosing not to have children anymore. They're not interested. And I think that men have seen how if you have children with the wrong woman, you are in it for life. The courts are on the woman's side. And it sucks. Especially in the United States. In this country, having a child, as a man especially, is a huge risk. Almost all of the systems that are in place are literally against you. And so you have to be very careful on who you have kids with. It can completely destroy you.
So I'm 31, I'm single, and I don't have any kids. Neither do I want any kids. And this is the conversation that I was having a couple days ago with a very close friend of mine. Love him. Super close friend of mine. He was telling me, look, bro, you're young. You're only 31. You might change your mind. So never say never. You might meet that one girl who just sweeps you off your feet and you think, okay, now I want kids. And I was like, no, actually, no, bro, because I know exactly how I am. I am extremely self-aware. I know that having a child or having children, I'd be tripping all day, stressed all day, 24/7. Where are they? Who are they with? Where are they at? Why are they there? The list goes on. But primarily, the reason as to why I don't want kids, the main reason is because, all right, when I was a little kid, I would ask my mom about pregnancy. I was like 10, 11 years old. And I would ask her, what is it like to have a kid? What is it, what does it feel like? Does it hurt? What's it like? What's the experience like? And she would tell me that it was the worst pain that anyone can go through. Childbirth, child pains, birth pains, and all that stuff, right? And she would tell me that it was excruciating pain. And immediately I thought to myself, I was like, if I ever get older and if I ever get married or I get with someone, I'm not going to want to put them through that. Right away, I was like, why would I want to put the love of my life through such pain? No thanks. Nah, baby, I ain't putting you through that kind of pain. If you want kids, have them. But I'm not going to be the guy that's going to watch you there through the 9 months with your feet swollen, your back hurting, your arms hurting, your whole body in pain. You think I want to see you in that kind of pain? Of course not. I don't want to see the love of my life going through that kind of pain. I'm sorry, but I don't. And even though I will be there for her through thick and thin and everything she needs, you need some chocolate, you want some chocolates, I'll go to the store and get you some right now. Are you tired? I'll pick you up and I'll carry you to the car. I'll carry you to the house. I'll carry you to the couch. I'll do everything for you. But that still is not going to take away that pain, especially when you're giving birth. I don't want to put my woman through that pain. I'm sorry, but I just don't.
I see people talk about the child-free woman's experience dating, but I don't think a lot of people talk about the child-free man's experience dating. Like, I don't have kids and I don't want kids, but something that's really been interesting to me is how many times that disqualifies me from dating someone. And I'm not blaming someone who won't date me because I don't want kids. That's totally fine. It's a very normal thing to want. I mean, at this point, I'm too old to have kids anyway because sperm quality degrades so quickly in your 30s as a man. Last thing I want to do is bring a child with some kind of disability into the world. In a lot of situations, a woman that I talk to will try to convince me to have kids. Like, oh, you don't want a little you running around, or you don't want to carry on your family name. When I talk to a woman who says, oh, my goal in life is to be a mother and have a family, it almost feels like I am just a vehicle for that, the way a chip is a vehicle to put more dip in your mouth. There's also the problem of women who will date you for a short time thinking that they can change your mind. And I know women deal with this on the other end too. Anyway, if you're a guy who's decided not to have kids, what has your experience dating been like? And how do you handle this?
Parents, we need to let people that want to be child-free be child-free. Based on the comments of this video, I need to know. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to bring up trauma in you. If you are willing to share, what's the craziest thing that a parent has said to you, whether they're your age or your parents' age, in response to you letting them know that you don't want to have children? Fellow parents, maybe look at these comments. See how what you say to people who want to be child-free, how that affects them. And then just reconsider next time you feel like giving your opinion. Again, I want to say I love kids. Me and my wife, I hope that we have plenty more. We have one on the way, and I'm wanting more kids. I love being a parent. It's my favorite thing in the world. But I understand that it is not for everyone.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
It's crazy to me that a grown-ass adult can say that they don't want kids, and somebody else can look right back at them in their face and be like, but I think you should have them though. They're like, no, mentally, I'm not there. Financially, I'm not there. I'm not even in a relationship. I want to be married if that was to happen. I don't have a house. I don't know what I'm doing with my life, and I don't really like kids. And they look back at you and be like, yeah, but everybody should have kids, right? What else are you doing with your life? And they're like, bitch, I will find something to do. The fuck? And they be like, yeah, but I didn't think I wanted kids either, but I love mine now. You might change your mind. So you want them to have kids first to see if they change their mind about wanting it? Right now, I hate coleslaw with all my heart and soul. I hate the look of it. I hate the smell of it. I hate the texture. If it touches my plate, I'm eating cereal that night. And if you try to convince me more than once, I'm going to lose my shit. Yeah, but have you tried it over here? Have you tried it over there? You never had my grandmother. She make the best. I'm an adult. I know what I want. I made my decision. Leave it alone. Later on, your taste buds might change. Well, they ain't changed yet, so leave it the fuck alone. The craziest part, they'll look at a person that don't want kids and call them selfish. If you don't want kids, you're selfish. If you don't want to bring a life into this world against its will just to say you have birthed something that looks like you, you're selfish. Let me tell you something, and you can argue with your mama. A parent is the most selfish motherfucker on this planet. I'll prove it to you. If I said, give me one reason that you live, you're going to say your kids. If I said, name somebody that you'll die for, you're going to say your kids. If I say, what's the meaning to life? You're going to say kids. If I say, give me a reason you would kill, you're going to say what? Yeah. You're still not convinced being a parent is selfish as fuck? I prove it to you again. God forbid, but if your kid had cancer, right? And there were two big red buttons in front of you. The button on the left got rid of your kid's cancer, but the button on the right got rid of 1,000 random people's cancer. Which one you hitting? Don't lie to me. I'm a parent. I'm a parent. I have a son. I know your answer. Don't lie to me. Let's say the button got rid of 10,000 people's cancer, and the other button just got rid of your kid's dire cancer. Your kid got stage 4 right now. And the other one, you getting rid of 10,000 random people's cancer. Fuck it, 50,000. Who you picking? Random people in the world, all over the world. Who you picking? And I know some of y'all is like, well, how is this selfish? These are all sacrifices that I'm making for someone else. I'm making these for my kid. It's not like I'm doing that for me, but you're only doing that because it's your kid. It's your kid. That's why. Ownership makes it personal to you. And since it's personal to you, it's a part of you. So, selfish. Like I said, I'm a parent. I know the answer. My baby come first. I'm just saying that because when I see the discourse and the back and forth between people that don't have kids and do have kids, when the people that do have kids talk to people that don't have kids, they try to make them feel fucking shitty for it. And it's like, God forbid an adult knows what the fuck they want out of life, right? God forbid they know what they want for them. Oh, and for the people that don't have kids, stop fucking bragging about it. First of all, you just got lucky. Let's stop acting like you ain't never had unprotected ass sex. And if you still piss poor with nothing to your name, no life experiences, don't get to travel, still in the same fucking city you was born in, and the only thing you have to brag about is not having a kid, trust me, it's not the flex you think it is. Argue with yourself in the comments. Bye.
Having no kids, that's a flex. You ain't got no kids, that's a flex. Don't let nobody make you feel bad for not having kids. Like what? It hit a little different. I get to come and go when I want to. I come home to a clean house. I spend my money just on me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with having kids, but all I'm saying is it's a flex not to have kids because not too many of us out here without kids. You know what I'm saying? I hate the fact how people try to be like, oh, you gonna be lonely when you get older or woo, woo, woo. Like, man, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that. You see this meal I just bought right here? I bought that shit for me. Not me and another month. You know what I'm saying? It just hit different. All jokes aside though, for real, having a kid is a real responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Am I ready for that right now? No. I want to accomplish all my goals. I want to accomplish all my dreams. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing holding me back. You know what I'm saying? In the near future, do I consider having kids? Absolutely. But right now, I'm just fully focused on me. You know what I'm saying? And having kids is a flex. Don't let people guilt trip you and make you think you gotta have kids right now at a young age or you gonna grow old and lonely. I'ma just be a lonely, rich motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
You having hella kids while I have no kids, and you getting mad at me because I don't want to talk to you because you have kids while I have no kids. It's got to be a mental illness. Like, I'm not putting down anybody that got kids whatsoever, man. If you got kids, I think that's a blessing. That's an amazing thing. But if I don't have kids and I want the person that I'm with to not have kids as well so we can start a family at the same time together, and you get mad at me and you talk down to me, you think it's a problem because I don't want kids with you while you already have 5 kids?
Right on, my brother. Don't let no woman shame you, bro, into being another one of her baby daddies, bro. Don't let no woman rob you of the beauty that it is, man, going through a pregnancy with your wife for the first time. I mean, you have to understand that your woman will be experiencing her body in a new way. Like, things will be happening to her body that have never happened to her before. You're going to be right there with her, experiencing it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be there when that baby first, kicks, or throws a little greasy elbow, you feel me? Or that Jorge Masvidal, them babies in there, man, they be practicing MMA, man. The way they be looking from the outside, you feel me? Like, that's a beautiful experience for the mother and the father to have together, But when the chick has been through it already multiple times, you're the only one that's going to be excited, you feel me? So you're going to be robbed of a lot of beautiful memories, man. From gender reveals to baby shower to all kinds of, to the doctor's visits. Like, that's just, the chick got 3, 4, 5 kids, bro. That's just another day at the office for her. You know what I'm saying? You're starting fresh, and it's like it's just a new experience for you. To her, like, there's no real joy anymore because she's been through the motions. You feel me? And you only truly get those experiences one time, which is the first time because you've never been through it. All pregnancies are beautiful and you enjoy all of them, but that's the first one. There's nothing wrong with you wanting to start fresh with a woman. And actually, women the same thing too. Don't deal with men with baby mamas, man. And it's worse for the female than it is for a man. A lot of women don't know that. You know, it's easy for a man to deal with a woman who has a baby daddy because most dudes don't want to deal with the baby mamas, right? But baby mamas, man, a lot of times they want to. They just mad at the fact that you got a new girl, man. Gonna make your life a living hell, girl. So yeah, man. I always tell people, man, if you got no kids, start fresh with each other, man. Let the people that already have kids deal with each other.
As a man, you are expected to provide for your family. And if you have kids, you have to provide for those children as well. Most, if not all of the financial burden is on the man. And it is incredibly stressful. It can be draining at times. And you have really nobody else to lean on but yourself. And your partner if she actually supports you. But as a man, if anything happens, it is literally on you to fix. And a lot of men do not want that burden, the pressure, the stress, and all of these things.
Hey ladies, I've listened to what I'm about to say. I spoke to the men in the last video that I just posted. I'm speaking to you now. The reason why he doesn't want to have a baby with you is because you never changed after the postpartum depression ended. There is a point where women know that their postpartum depression or postpartum anxiety is over and they can relax, they could chill, but they choose not to. And they weaponize their vulnerability. If I'm triggering you right now, it's because it's real. See, postpartum depression for the woman doesn't work the same way for the man. With the woman, it happens almost immediately after the baby is born. But for the man, it happens after the woman comes out of it. The man is there to support you emotionally, physically, and he's giving a bunch of emotional energy to you to get you back to where you need to be. Sometimes that could take a year, sometimes that could take 2 years. But what happens is, after he's emptied out his cup, you are now getting back to your feet. And you don't have the emotional energy to carry him because you just got out of that. In order for you to carry him, you would have to expend the same emotional energy, and that's not fair to you. But what's also not fair is there is nowhere that he can pour out his emotions. There's no safe space for him. So he's kind of drowning. If you continue in a behavior where you are not going through postpartum depression, but you're using it as a clutch a year, 2 years after, he is not going to want no more kids with you. Because now a child doesn't look like a blessing anymore. It looks like a headache. You know you could have smacks again, but just to drag it out, you choose not to. And as perceptive as women think men aren't, men are very perceptive. We study our women when we love them. So if you just don't want to do it out of spite, we know. And don't hear what I'm not saying. I'm not saying that you got to rush into the bedroom and you got to rush into doing what he needs and da 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 da. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying this after a considerable time, a year or two after, and you still acting the same way, like your hormones are still imbalanced on the yin yang, and he has done everything he can to support you and be there for you, and you just refuse to go back to or discover who you are. Yeah, you don't want no more kids with you.
So I don't have kids, right? This girl on TikTok said that if you don't have kids, people not gonna take you serious. She said that's the only downside of not having kids, right? Now, I don't really want kids, you feel what I'm saying? I'm 28 right now, and I don't really, you always gotta watch your back, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like, no, I really don't want kids, but I like to hear people out, you feel what I'm saying? Because it might be some truth to what she's saying. That's why at these jobs, bro, I'm not trying to make no friends, so I don't gotta keep it real with them, you feel what I'm saying? When I'm leaving, like when they ask me to do extra stuff, I'll be like, I gotta get home to my wife and kids, like, you know what I'm saying? And when they say like, Josh, I didn't know you had kids, I do this, I'll be like, and I just keep walking. I don't even say yes or no. I just be like, you know what I mean? Because they not my friends, you feel me? So like, I get where she coming from. At the end of the day, I don't want kids, but like, if I'm only respected if I got kids or a wife or whatever, then why not cap? I was just talking to a coworker, and he almost tried to downplay the fact that, you know what I'm saying, I gotta get to the money. I'm talking to him, right? This validates what she was saying. I'm talking to him, he talking about some, you know what I'm saying, some of the young kids, they stay in here, they work hard, blah, blah, blah. But you know, it's a little different when you got family and stuff, which I understand 100%. But I don't know how he said it was like, you don't really gotta work hard because you ain't got no wife and kids, but I do now, because I'm capping. You feel what I'm saying? I'm straight up like, I gotta get home to the wife and kids, just so they don't ask me to do nothing extra. And so I'm respected. You feel me? Like, every man want respect. You feel me? You feel me? Shit, boy, Josh different. I'm different. You different. We different. I'm out.
When I tell people I don't plan on having kids, they're always so surprised and tell me I should because I'm so good with people. Actually, nobody's ever fucking told me that, but here are 2 reasons why I'm not having kids. But you already know, I'm gonna need y'all to peep game and lock in and ignore this fat ass pimple. My first reason for not having kids is my hate for the police. And my hate for the police is so strong that I know it would get in the way of my family. Like, if my kid were to come home from school and for some reason I'm drowning in a pool of my own blood, if I saw that little nigga on his phone dialing 911, my last words will be, "You are no son of mine." Like, if there was a button that I could press and it got rid of me and all the police officers in the world, I am smashing that bitch like YouTubers tell y'all to smash the like button. But my second reason is less hateful and it's just me being a cheap ass nigga. Do y'all really think I'm gonna work 40, 50-hour weeks for the rest of my life just for Christmas to roll around and my kid believes some fat white man slid down my chimney and bought him presents? Fuck no. I clocked in at the warehouse, I went to Walmart, I fucking wrapped the present. Y'all might as well start telling y'all kids Santa doesn't exist now, because if y'all don't, my kids will.
Hi guys. Okay, so I'm gonna give y'all my top 5 reasons as to why I don't want kids and why I just don't really see the point. Number 1, I don't like babies to begin with. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like all the whining and shit. Like, I don't really fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa, that's annoying. Why would I want to deal with that every day? Number 2, they're expensive. Okay, so the world is already expensive enough. You know what I mean? Like, everything's already expensive. I'm barely getting past right now. Like, I'm struggling. If I have a kid, that's my ass. I'm fucked. Like, I might actually become homeless. Number 3, I really don't see the point. You know what I mean? Let that sit for a minute. I just don't really see the point of having a kid. Like, the world is already fucked up enough. And I know, I'm gonna say this too. Like, it doesn't matter in that aspect because the world is forever gonna be fucked. We've been fucked since this world got made. And it's always gonna it's always gonna be fucked. We can't save the world. I'm not gonna save the world. I'm not Jesus Christ. But the world is already, like, shitty enough. I don't really want to bring a kid into this world. You know what I mean? Maybe if I was born in the 80s, I'd consider it more. But like now, 2025, why? You know what I'm saying? Number 4, I feel like we already got enough babies. You know what I mean? Why? People always come up to me and be like, "Oh, how old are you? You're 25. Yeah, I'm 25. And the first thing they will ask is, "Oh, do you have any kids?" And I'll be like, no. And the first thing they will ask me when I say that is, why? What do you mean, why? Why do I need a kid? Why? You know what I'm saying? Why do I need a kid? I feel like we have enough babies walking around pooping and shitting everywhere. Why do I need to bring a kid in this world? And number 5, honestly, this is more of like a self-aware kind of thing, like on my part. I don't really think I'd be a good dad. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really think I'd be that good of a dad. As far as, like, because I know I'm pretty immature to a certain degree. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm 25. I don't really think my mental is all the way up there to be a dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if that baby motherfucking poop, I'd be like, well, hey, you shouldn't have pooped yourself. I don't want to clean that shit. You know what I mean? I don't think I'd be that good of a dad. So, yeah, those are my top 5 reasons as to why I do not want kids. Does anybody relate to that?
Hey, look, right, why the fuck do some of y'all be having babies knowing you're broke as shit? Like, some of y'all really think that raising a child is easy. Like, bruh, it is not fucking easy. And I ain't got kids, and even I know it ain't easy. Like, some of y'all be having kids knowing you ain't got no good paying job, you ain't got no car, you ain't got your own place. And some of y'all be having kids with motherfuckers you ain't really love for or that don't love you. That's why I'm convinced, like, some of y'all just want to be baby mamas or baby fathers. Like, you don't actually want to be a couple raising a child. But long story short, get your shit together before you bring a baby into the world.
Don't want no goddamn kids. And I only say this because I grew up as a welfare kid. I don't have much now, and I'm trying everything I can to get that. How selfish of me would it be to bring a kid into the earth knowing I have absolutely nothing or no time and attention or anything to give them? I just rather not do that to a son or a daughter. Not to mention the world is crazy as hell. So for me, I will be having no children, and if they paid me money, I'll probably get a vasectomy. I need at least 50,000 per, you know.
This is why I don't want no kid. Everybody eat. Ain't nobody pay for nothing. Brokey 1, brokey 2, brokey 3. So I go out to eat $12 by myself. Now I got, look, brokey 1, brokey 2, and brokey 3. I ain't paid for nothing. All this. $58. I go by myself, $12, $15 at the max. Now I got the brokies. $58. Nope, I don't want no kid. I do not want no kid. I'm spent out. They didn't ask me, uncle, you need help you put some money on the food or nothing? Grab the food, grab the drinks and go.
Thank you, though.
Go, thank you.
It's not admirable to be an adult and not want to have children. It's admirable to be an adult who's self-aware enough to know that you don't want to raise children, that you don't have the capacity, the resources, the means, or the emotional capacity. It's admirable that before you even have the capacity to be a parent, that before you actually become a parent, you're actually thinking about what it means to be a parent. Because people are not biologically made to reproduce. They are biologically able to reproduce. Because we also biologically have a mind that allows us to think through our actions before we do them. So if somebody actually can see what goes into being a parent, and they know that at least at this point in time they can't be one, and so they don't have children, that's actually pretty mature. But in your first comment, you said that it was immaturity to be an adult and not want to have children. That's like when people say that a 12-year-old acting like a 12-year-old is being immature. No, actually, that 12-year-old is right where they are. They're not mature, they're not immature. They're a 12-year-old. And if you're somebody who cannot currently take care of children and does not currently want to have children and feels like you might become abusive if you do have children, then that means that you are somebody that is mature enough to know where you are. Are you really immature if you're mature enough to know you're immature? Because there's a lot of parents that were very immature who thought they were mature, and they decided to become parents with their immaturity, and they kind of messed up their kids. So if somebody is mature enough to know they're immature, that's pretty mature. Bring it back to the 12-year-old. The most mature 12-year-old is the 12-year-old that knows they're 12. There are some 12-year-olds that want to act like they're 15. There's some 12-year-olds that want to act like they're 21. And to me, that's actually a sign of immaturity. They're trying to be something they're not. Being self-aware enough to know where you are, what you can do, and what you have the capacity to be able to handle is pretty mature. The main issue is proper planning. If you know that you are not in the spot to have kids, do not have children. The issue again is not if you want kids or not. The issue is, can you afford them, and are you prepared to have them?
Hi, I would like to chime in on this as a son who grew up in a single parent household with a single mom. And as a child, I used to wonder, oh, well, why isn't my mom dating anybody, or why hasn't someone come along? But with all due respect to my mother, as a grown single adult man with no kids, absolutely not. I totally agree with this dude. As a matter of fact, I agreed with this dude so fast that I immediately went straight to my music and started playing Billie Jean. If we're just looking at the totality of it all, just look at the situation and ask yourself this question. What human adult person who already has a bunch of responsibilities wants to take on more willingly? Now, that guy doesn't speak for all men, but he does definitely speak for the majority. Now, there are exceptions to that rule. There are men who are sterile who actually want to be fathers. But generally speaking, a lot of men just don't want to take on that responsibility. And I'm not saying we're perfect, but, you know, the way things are now, you can see videos of people online with their baby mamas and they being way out of whack. And then, you know, we sit there and think to ourselves, wait, you want us to take on not one person, but potentially two who may stress us out? Absolutely not. And, you know, for me personally, I used to want that, like, you know, to be a dad and whatnot, even if it meant being a stepdad. But my whole thing was, now I think, look back on it, is that my reasons for fatherhood were selfish because I was basing them based off my own father and how that was. I shouldn't want to be a father because my dad wasn't there. I should just want to be one to be one. And right now, I don't want to be, especially to somebody else's kid. And I'm a teacher. I practically have to play that role all the time. When I go home, I want my peace. I do hope that helps you understand.
Y'all be so mad at people who don't got kids. Like, relax. Why'd you so mad, man? Why the fuck I gotta be the bad guy because I don't got no kids? Like, what the fuck? I say that because I was having a conversation with a girl earlier, and I was like, yeah, I can get up and just move and do what I want. She was like, yeah, but you gonna be older. You gonna be 40 years old with a 1-year-old. Like, girl, fucking relax. Like, calm the fuck down. Why is you getting attitude? They be trying to shame us, like, you gonna be old as hell, and you ain't gonna have nobody to take care of you. Honestly, I'm cool with that. I said, there ain't nothing wrong with having kids, but don't try to shame me because I don't got no kids. That's the quickest way to piss me off. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Let me enjoy my kid-free life in peace. Why the fuck is you mad at me? Why you trying to make me feel bad for not having kids? Maybe I just don't want to have kids. The fuck?
As a man that does not want kids, are there other men who do not also want kids and are finding it difficult, whether dating or expressing this to women when it comes to being romantic? I've seen a lot of women talk about them not wanting children, but I've never seen any man come on here and talk about not wanting kids. I find myself anytime like I'm talking to, I'm still in retirement. Nobody's answering me right now. I'm trying. Trust me, I'm trying. But I still find it like even when I'm like remotely interested in talking to somebody, I always just count myself out because I have to do this whole thing of getting to know them and finding out they want like 2 or 3 children, and I'm like, So I don't know. If you're a man and you too do not want children, can you also share what your experiences are like when it comes to dating and talking to women in general?
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.